Alright guys, so I'm back and I really wish I have more time to do more videos and post more consistently, but my holidays are coming up soon, so I'll be able to post more consistently in a few weeks to a month time. So getting into the video, I'll first off say that like some of the other content creators out there, like if you want to summon for Yoimiya because of her gameplay, her character design, her voice actor, whatever, just go for it. But that being said, the anniversary is coming next and Bao is coming as well. So if you really do not care about the meta, then you can go for Yoimiya. But if you care about the meta and how much damage your character does, how viable they are in the meta, how viable they are when you consider them into your team comps, then Yoimiya might not be the character for you. That's the short version. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the 4 stars first. Diona, amazing character, amazing support, doesn't need C6. If you want C6, it's for the big numbers that you get from melt reactions. But if you're not dying for those big numbers, then you do not really need constellations for Diona. I have her at C6, but honestly, I can tell you that it's not needed for her to work as a character. Sayu, we do not know how good she is yet, since we do not have like gameplay of her yet. But she's looking like a pretty interesting character. I personally thought she was a Dendro character at first, but it turns out that she's an animal character and she has a unique trait whereby she can actually collect those like flies without scaring them off, so that's pretty cool. Once again, we haven't seen gameplay of her yet, so we don't know how good she is as a character. But as for Xingyan, I would say that she's a fun character to play, but not necessarily the most like top meta character or the highest dealing character in the game. Like once again, if you like any of these characters, just summon for it. It's a game for you to have fun, anyways. Okay, and for Yoimiya, ICD aside, we all know that she has this big issue of like ICD. So, like in my opinion, she's probably best on like a mono pyro team, for example. Either that or you can run her with Beidou. I was thinking about making a team with Yoimiya, Beidou, Venti, and like Bennett, for example, for the pyro resonance, as well as since Bao and Venti will probably work pretty well together. But personally, right, if you really care about the meta, you don't really care much about Yoimiya as a character or like the voice actor, then I would say this is like one of the easiest skips in the entire game because Bao as a character, like she's an Archon, right? And if you look at Venti and Zhongli, they are both Archons and they are both like really good characters. I feel like Zhongli is like, in my opinion lah, you can disagree if you want, but in my opinion, Zhongli is the best character in the game, bar none. Like I feel like he's like so high above like everyone else that it's not even funny. I feel like his spot as number one is like solidified, but you can disagree if you want. Venti, on the other hand, is an amazing character, but I feel like he's more of a quality of life character. But he's still like amazing. Like you can argue that he's one of the best characters, but in my opinion, he's just a really nice character to have. So in terms of Yoimiya, how does she play? Okay, so there's the ICD issue, which everyone knows already, so not gonna talk too much about it. I'm most likely going to put for her, cause like I'm close to my soft PT, but it's a 50-50. So if I miss the 50-50, I think I'm still gonna go for her, but I'm really hoping that I put her in the first 10 pools. So in terms of like her competition, obviously there are those big names like Gan Yu and all those big DPS trucks. There's Hu Tao also, there's Pyro, and if you're looking at just a Pyro class, she already has a lot of competition in terms of main DPS. Diluc is pretty good, Klee is pretty good, Hu Tao is busted. Xiangling, Xiangling is actually like really strong, and she's free to play. So that being said, Xiangling is way more accessible to like a larger a larger a larger like audience than someone like Yoimiya since she's a limited time 5 star. And Xiangling, you pretty much just get her for from clearing like floor 3 of the abyss or something. So pretty much everyone should have her by now. And she's an amazing character. If you don't know, she's part of the national team and yeah, she's like just really strong for 4 star. So that being said, like I'm probably gonna summon for her. If I miss a 50-50, I'll probably still summon because like this is my opinion lah. Like because I'm a large Rin simp and she's voiced by the same voice actor as Rin Tosaka from Fate. So and I like her character design as well, and yeah, I think I like everything about her. So I'm most likely gonna summon. I'm definitely gonna go to the first soft PT, but if I lose at soft PT, I'm probably going for the second one to guarantee my Yoimiya, but I'm not too sure yet. I'm still somewhat undecided. And before we move on to weapon better, I just want to say her title is Frolicking Flames, right? This is Fate right here. You see, you like what I did there? This Fate right here. Reason being, I've my Discord status is actually Frolicking Cock Detector. So yeah, I found that to be pretty cool, but that's just a me thing. So yeah. So moving on to the weapon banner. This is what we have. This weapon right here, I'm not gonna bore you with the passive. You can look at it. You can look it up by yourself if you want. Like it's relatively long. So basically, this bow is for Yoimiya as well as Child. So if you're summoning on this weapon banner, right? If you look at the other rated up weapons, you're probably only summoning for the Thundering Pulse. Because Skyward Blade, even though it's a really good option for many of the supporting sword characters like Bennett, Jean, all these, but it's not really that good of a weapon. It's definitely viable, but it's not like the best weapon you can use for your Bennett, for your Jean. That being said, Thundering Pulse is probably gonna be the best weapon for Yoimiya since it's releasing for Yoimiya, so it's most likely gonna be the best weapon for her. As well as Child. It's probably gonna be better than Skyward Harp for Child as well. So if you really, really, really like those characters, I guess you can summon, but I wouldn't recommend still. Favonius Bow, I think that's Favonius Bow. I'm pretty sure there is. Favonius Warbow, yeah. It's a good alternative for supporting characters like Fischl, Venti, if you don't have like Stringless, for example. If you have Stringless, I would say just use Stringless 10 out of 10 times. But if you're really lacking on energy recharge, then you can go for like a copy or two of this. But not my best, not my top pick. Sacrificial Sword. If you do not have this weapon, maybe I'll say maybe do like a 10 pull and try and get one copy of the Sacrificial Sword since it's really really good on characters like Xinqiu. And if you don't already have Xinqiu built, then you probably want to, unless you really do not like the character for some reason, because it's absolutely busted and works with a lot of characters and team comps. So if you do not have either Xinqiu or Sacrificial Sword, I'll highly recommend you guys to summon for this. Like not going all in for this weapon banner, but maybe do like a 10 pull and try and get this one sword. Uh, Dragon's Bane is alright. I do not think it's that good of a weapon because it's not as versatile as other weapons like the Battle Pass weapon or like the Black Cleave Polearm, for example. Obviously, Black Cleave Polearm requires like the Star Glitter, which costs a lot for like some people. And the deathmatch isn't a free-to-play weapon, so if you're completely free to play, then you will not be accessible to those weapons. So if you are not accessible to the deathmatch, then I would say go for the Black Cleave Polearm for most situations. I would say that the Dragon's Bane is a decent option, a decent replacement for characters like Xiangling, like a reverse vaporized Xiangling, because she'll be making good use of the elemental mastery as a secondary stat. So that is a viable option. Or if you want to go for Hu Tao with Xingqiu, so you have like reverse vapes as well. So I think those are the only two characters that use Dragon's Bane pretty well. So if you're not really using those characters, or if you have better options, then this probably isn't one that you're going for. Sacrificial Fragments is pretty good for characters like Sucrose, maybe Mona. I'm not sure because I don't have a Mona and I can't test it out. But I think it's viable on Mona, and I think mainly it's used on Sucrose. And the Rain Slasher isn't really good on anyone. I think you can use her on Beidou, but I don't really think she's I don't think it's really that good of a claymore in general, so not really that good of a weapon. So Honestly, if you do not care about Yoimiya as a character, I would say just skip both banners. But if you really like Yoimiya, then just go for it. Like who's stopping you? Like Bao might look very tempting, and she's most likely gonna be a way better character than Yoimiya. Like in the general view, like. But if you really like Yoimiya, just go for her. Like no one's stopping you. Just do what you want.